The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
We think it's the banning of
We
free speech
are
First Amendment protection
anonymous.
material.
And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Ah, yes! Finally kicked those fuckers off the air.
It's about goddamn time I got sick of those fucks.
Yeah, that G.J. Jerkman and Maxwell Silverhammer with all their goddamn anti-corporate
You know what?
talk.
I'm just be happy. We're gonna go celebrate right now. I think we should go do some golf and butt fuck one another.
Oh, that's the greatest. I'm ready. Hold on. Go get in the car here.
Get the hell in the other side. Another side. There you go.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, this is a great day.
I'm gonna start it up now. You ready?
These bastards.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bora Bora, here we go.
It's the STIM Radio Show.
Maxwell Silverhammer, G.J. Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motor. Do you smell fire? I think somebody lit a cigarette. Nope, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9, cause the STIM Radio fam, they ahead of their time. And now it's lesson 1, man, this is lesson 2. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call HQ. Hey, Winfrey, you a musical genius, man. They can't paint it like a face is. But if the content is making you sick, take some Dayquil. And if you think that the jocks sound quirky, allow me to introduce you to the shit that irks me.
All right, you sons of fucking bitches. Welcome to the shit that fucking cocksucking irks me. Wednesday, middle of the week edition, AIDS attrition, even though Cruise Control is not here tonight. So you got me to contend with. Anyway, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer, as I may or may not have told you. But, God, you know, it's kind of cool being back at the old place. Went over to the old...
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's wonderful over here, man. It's like this room's like a space capsule. There's a cool feeling in here. You gotta like the ghetto-ness.
This room is like a pigsty that pigs are happy to wallow in. And I don't want to be that pig.
But maybe I'm a pig.
Maybe. If you like it here, there's something fucking really screwed up in your head.
I guess there's something really screwed up in my head. Well, you know, I walked over to the 7-Eleven the other night, and I went in there, and our old buddy Davey the Dune Coon's in there. And so, of course, he speaks no fucking English, little to none. So, you know, because I actually had an event the next day, and I wasn't going into work until later in the afternoon. So I said, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to get a beer. So I went up to the counter, and I said, hey, can I get a Steel Reserve? And can you know, and he goes, what is it? I'm like, it's
Davey?
It was good old Davey. Davey the Dune Coon can't understand fucking English and needs to stop bathing in his own urine and drinking it.
Actually, bathing in your urine is supposed to be good for you.
It is?
Yeah.
You want to try it first? I mean...
I've done it before.
Have you?
It's supposed to clean your body.
Uh-huh.
You're supposed to be able to drink your own urine. It's actually supposed to help you also.
I've actually heard if you drink your own urine, it makes you thirstier.
I don't know.
Because it's salty.
Well, I'm sure it's salty, but I've heard that some of the experts are now saying that drinking your own urine replenishes your body with the same things that it's kicking out to help your body along again or something fucked up. You know? But if they tell me eating your shit helps you,
that's the next thing they're going to say, man. They were going to say shit like that. Like, well, you can eat your own shit, you know.
You don't have to it helps your body. You're not reprocessing you're reprocessing food that's already, so it doesn't take as many enzymes out of you or something. Who knows?
Yeah, that I don't know if I agree with that theory. But you know, they tell everybody so much stupid shit all the time. You know, regardless of this is going on, which is kind of leading up to my premise. Thank you there, Jerkman. So I guess anyway, I go in there just finishing up with Davey the Doom Coon. So he's going, what do you want? And I'm like, a Steel Reserve, man. And he's like, and he had to get somebody who spoke English to point at it to show him where it was. You know, like one of the customers. And he's like, no, it's this one here. He's like, is it this one? Is it the blueberry? Is it the... And I'm like, no, you dumb motherfucker. It's just straight old Steel fucking Reserve. So he finally found it and brought it up and rang it up and everything. And, of course, I got my 2 hot dogs, you know, as usual, my spicy bites. So anyway, but I'm issuing, here's what I'm leading up to here, you know, where we're talking about the, you know, all these experts telling you different things and this is good for you and this isn't good for you and all kinds of other shit. Well, I got a brain teaser for all y'all. Now, is there all the problems with this country, is there anything in this country that's wrong with this country that isn't caused by corporate America? Because I don't believe you could find one. Because I think everything that you would throw at me, I could throw back and say why corporate America is causing this shit. I mean, just everything with this country. Can you think of any, Jerkman?
No, this country has turned into a boiling, heaping pile of bullshit. Or shit. No, just shit. Not even bulls, you know, they don't even deserve to be named and labeled as the ones that are causing it. It's shit. And it isn't getting better. People are not getting better. Nothing is getting better.
Well, you know, here's the thing with corporate America. I mean, but I think a lot of the shit that we're talking about here is caused by corporate America. You know, you got incompetence in the workplace, and just anything you can throw out is caused by just general fucking, self-absorbed stupidity. You know, people are unprofessional. Their follow-up sucks, and a lot of shit's due to corporate America. And it's like, well, if you want to play God, then guess what? And you want to be in charge and you want to run shit all the time, then guess what? You're gonna get blamed for it. Yeah, there's a cool little thing that comes with, you know, running things, and that's being in control. It obviously is taking the blame. So yes, you will have to take the dick at some point. You know, that's just what it is. But it was funny because I posted this on my Facebook today, and I got one friend. What is this love? This weird fucking love affair we have with corporate America?
People have been brainwashed and trained to be in love with corporate America. Television constantly tells you how great. I mean, come on. You get a tampon and you're dancing and singing and flowers are shooting out your ass. I mean, they constantly tell you how great it is to be in love with them.
With tampons?
With anything. Anything they sell. I mean, they can make the worst thing in the world. You know, they'll sit there and show you a Abilify, you know, a depression commercial. The lady's walking around. All you see her, she's just sad-faced and she's walking and the life just looks so gloomy around her. And she takes Abilify. Then all of a sudden, this little smile comes on her face.
Just by popping that pill. Yeah. Of course, then they tell you all the side effects. You know,
yeah, that they run through at 8,000 kilohertz a minute.
Oh, yeah.
It'll kill you.
May cause instant ejaculation.
No, most of the time it'll cause you to want to kill yourself.
All kinds of weird shit.
A depression medication that you want to slice your fucking wrists for.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny too. May cause suicidal thoughts. You know, stupid shit.
Isn't that why you're taking it in the first fucking place, to get rid of those suicidal thoughts?
Supposedly. But you know, but it was funny because, and again, my one friend who's a hardcore conservatoid, you know, jumps on there and he's like, Max, what about the welfare state? And I'm thinking, he's like, that's a government problem. That's not a corporation problem. And I'm like, yeah.
The what part? I zoned out for a second. I don't know why I just did.
Oh, we were talking about my one buddy who posted on there when I put this thing up on my Facebook, and he was like, Max, yeah, what about the welfare state? That's a government problem, not a corporate problem.
Doesn't he realize the government is a corporation?
You know, those are those people who still think that there's a difference.
He thinks that the government works for us, right?
I guess so, because he loves conservative politics and everything conservative.
Good for him.
You know?
No, they're really good for him because he hasn't woken up yet. He'll be blissfully dumb for a long period of time, probably a little bit longer. And the fact that is, I kind of wish that I was blissfully dumb again because you know what? I was happy.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not so happy anymore. When you start realizing what's really going on, it's depressing.
yeah, yeah, it is, man. And like I was saying, you got to do what I said off the air tonight. You got to find positives all the fucking time.
Well, you have to, and like we said, if you don't, honestly, if people couldn't find those positives, there probably would be a lot more suicide than there is.
Probably so. But having said that, though, it's just like, but all the shit that we see going on is caused by corporate fucking America. Everything. And then what was his other thing? Oh, the erosion of our, or what did he say? The breakdown of the family structure. Again,
Wow.
Corporate America.
They make more money from pain and suffering than they do happiness and anything else.
And then, well, no, the funniest one though is he said, "And what about the erosion of us losing our freedoms?"
Most people that are happy are content to live life the way it is. They don't consume as much. They don't worry about what's going on around them as much. So if you're not going to consume a lot more, then I guess corporate America needs to keep you on that down slope, don't they? And try to always throw you that rope a little bit just so you can almost catch it.
Right. So it's like, well, they tried to save me.
Yeah. So, but that didn't work. I'll try this one now. I'll do this, or this is what will make me happy. This is what will make me happy. They told me.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus told me, or Kim Kardashian and them. That's what they use, and look how happy they are.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's it. It's living this fantasy life that people will never get.
No, life is, and like I said a long time ago, and I still stood by it and still will. Life is full of more pain than good. And you have to, if you want to continue to survive on a planet with, like I said, without taking a handful of pills and some liquor and saying good night, you do. You have to try to find the positive in it because it's too easy to slip into the dark side of, wow, there's a lot wrong with this world.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no question. I mean, well, and me, I've always tried to stay positive and keep my shit,
Yeah.
on an even keel.
And you have to. I mean, for the most part, you're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs. And like we talked about before, seems to be a lot more downs than there ever is ups anymore. And the ups that you do get just don't seem to last.
Yeah, that is kind of true.
But the bad seems to stretch out. It seems like for an eternity, But not saying that okay, of course something bad's going to feel maybe like it's going on longer because you're nervous or you're upset or you're worked up.
Right.
And something good like that, you're so in that moment that it seems like it just passes so fast.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're like, damn, why can't I get that back?
Yeah, why can't I have that forever?
That's true. Well, especially lately.
Yeah.
Like we said, things have changed. So, you might have like a good year and then like 3 fucking bad years.
Let me think. Good year. I can't, and I'm being honest here right now with you. I can't think back to my last good year.
Really?
Yeah, I can't.
I mean,
honestly can't.
This year, honestly, I gotta say, has been a good year for me. I mean, not like it's been wonderful, but it's been good, man.
I could have said that had I finished out this year, but if I would have went for one full year, I could have said the time I spent with Danielle would have been a great fucking year. Would have been one of the best years I've had in a long fucking time.
Well.
I guess I could say that thinking back over the last year, yes, this was one of my best years in a long time.
You really can't, and I know what you want to do. You want to base it on the relationship and all that type of stuff.
Well, yeah, no, and not even that. I mean, because, down there, some of the things that I planned on doing. I mean, keep in mind, it's only been a little over a year that I moved to the old place. Mm-hmm. The old place, which is a new place, which is the old place.
Right.
But that I went down there and had so many high hopes of all these things changing and all this stuff happening, and none of it happened. I mean, I had new shows, I had this and that, and it all disappeared again.
Man, well, shit. You do have some pretty
shitty fucking luck.
I gotta say, man, I don't know what you did to somebody in a past life.
I don't know. I must have been one fucking hell of a bastard.
I guess so, man.
When they say karma, because in this lifetime, I think of myself as being a pretty decent guy. Hey, I'm maybe a little bit fucked up because of relationships and do some dumb shit once in a while.
Right.
But I would like to think that the most of the time I've been on this planet that I remember this lifetime, if there was one before this, that I've been a pretty decent person. I haven't really went out to hurt anybody. I haven't anything like that. You know, I've just tried to live and help people and myself and kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
You know? But hey, man, whatever's happening, it's coming back.
You may have to
man,
come over and start your own commercials. I'm so depressed right now. I think I'm just going to go head dive off the fucking second floor
shit.
here.
Oh, you might teach me how to work my own board?
I'm going to have to.
Cool, man.
Yeah, when my head cracks open, I might not remember how to do it anymore because it probably won't kill me. You know how that goes.
Right, you'd just be paralyzed and severely
Yeah,
retarded.
I'll be the only person on the planet with a colostomy brain bag that I can hold on the outside of my head because I didn't kill me, but my brain's now on the outside of my fucking skull and they can't get it back in.
You have your brain. It's exposed to everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know now people can actually flick at it when they want and
They're like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, you know, since you like to fuck with people so much.
You know, and that I can say that would probably be my own downfall, but I don't do anything to deliberately hurt anybody. It's just something that really fucks with you.
No, but I will say, you do know how to mentally fuck somebody pretty good.
Yeah, I do.
And some of your jokes have really fucked with, well, I mean, I'm just speaking from my own perspective. You know, there's things that sometimes you've said to me that I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah, they do fuck with you, don't they?
Oh man, like the time you told me that fucking when we had that what's her name, Jaguar in here
Oh, yeah.
with her friend, and then you're telling me, oh, you know she was underage, right? And I'm like, what? And her dad called me up and they got the FBI coming in. And I'm like, hey man, are you fucking kidding me?
All I did was let her on my fucking show. I didn't know.
That's it. She was sitting in here and talking shit.
And we were told that she was of age and
well, then she says something about my mom would kill me if I was on a show like this, and I was like,
the night before, yeah.
Oh no.
I remember that's when we both said, "Oh, wait a minute here. How old are you again?"
Yeah.
I thought she told us you were. No, I was like, "Oh fuck, get the hell out of here." We threw her in the back studio. As back downstairs, we put her in the conference room. Remember?
Yeah, the back conference room.
Said, no, you're not allowed in here on this show.
And G Motors, I got to give you a fucking partial kick in the nuts for that one. You know,
he gave birth to her.
Well, yeah, and you're bringing.
Well, he didn't give birth, but he helped.
You're bringing your kid into a fucking radio show like that, man.
with
her buddy,
with her 12-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, well, she wasn't 12, but you know, she was like 15 or some shit.
She was 14.
14, that's right. Yep. And but you know, so you bring her in, man. What do you?
Woohoo!
It's an adult
so,
show.
Yeah, I admit I did fuck with you, and I will apologize to you now on the air.
Okay.
Do I really mean it? Fuck no.
Oh, see, there you go. And you wonder why you have bad fucking luck all the time. So
no, I did feel bad after that because you said your stomach was gurgling, you were ready to shit your pants.
If somebody came up to me and was like, "Excuse me, sir, can we have a word with you?" I'd have been like,
"See, that would have been the ultimate. Had I been able to have somebody with a stern voice show up at your job, you would have.
Oh my God! Because I really did feel my fucking. All my insides just go to complete.
That would have been
mush.
the only time you would have not appreciated your own shit.
Oh yeah, that would have been horrible. I'd have completely soiled myself, man. Not cool at all. But you know, I want to throw this brain teaser out there real quick for everybody. Can you really think of anything that's fucked up about this country that wasn't caused by corporate America? If you can. 702-609-7626 is the number. 702-609-7626. No, I didn't crack my head. My brain's on the outside of my head.
Yeah, mine's about to be.
And if you wanted to Skype in, it's All Talk Radio. So
one word.
Just one word, All Talk Radio, and you can Skype us and tell us. So I really would like to know, you know, is there anything that corporate America, because I really think 99% of the problems in this country were caused by corporate America. It's all shit they're doing. You know, whether it's...
Well, someone could probably call up and say, well, the weather isn't. If the weather's fucked
Yeah,
up.
but you know what?
They modify it.
That's it.
They're trying to.
That's it. Them fucking with the ecosystems and putting the shit in the air and spilling oil in the water and all that other stuff. So, again, corporate America back at work.
Did you call me 2 times?
I called you earlier today once because I wanted to ask about Monday's show.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing. I thought you were saying, did I call you 2-time? Like, why would I call you
2-timer?
Hey, 2-time? What's up, 2-time?
2-time motherfucker.
So, yeah, but I think most of the shit that goes on here is all due to corporate America. It's the mentality that's created. You know, just yesterday at work, Walking up the stairs, there's this dumb bitch sitting on the fucking stairs, which I didn't know she was there. I bang into her, and she gets all indignant with me. I was like, dumb shit, you're sitting on the stairs. But again, this goes back to that whole self-absorbed, I'm important, love affair with corporate fucking America. I want to be the big mover and shaker. Fuck everybody else. It's all about me. I'm big time. People should care. You're sitting on a set.
They feel they have.
But that's it, though.
That's their only claim to fame, and maybe that's that silver lining that keeps them alive.
I mean, where do the I don't know. I just see a lot of people at work, that just
maybe to them their lives are miserable like everybody else's, and the only thing they can see is to feel as though they're important that way.
Yeah, but I think they're really delusional. A lot of these people.
Well, obviously, a lot of people are fucking delusional.
I think they love Kim Kardashian and Celine Dion's great, and the current political system's awesome, and all that stuff. Which it's kind of funny too. I was at Wiener Schnitzel yesterday. Before our event.
That shocks me. You out eating?
Yeah, exactly.
Really, I'm totally fucking shocked.
Are you amazed, man? I know.
Yeah, the amazement's just trickling through my body right now, all the way down to my toes are numb from it. I think.
You want to know what I ate?
Let me guess. You got the 5 for $5.
No, my assistant did.
You got 20 of those.
My assistant got 5.
And you ordered fries, but said, "Do not bother putting them in a pack. Just hand me the whole fucking grill thing." And some kind of dessert or whatever they have, or their chinkalacos or whatever the fuck those things are.
Chinkalaco. Well, no. Actually, what I had was 2 Chicago dogs, a bacon wrapped street dog, a large fry. And yes, for dessert, I did have one of their Tasty Freeze with Reese's flavored.
See, it totally shocks me that the fact that you just don't walk into a place, turn around, lay backwards on the counter, hand them 100, and just start telling them to shovel shit in. Because I don't think you really care what it is.
Well, if it's got cheese on it, obviously.
Well, as long as it doesn't have cheese. I mean, anything else, you pick up fucking rat off the floor, and I really don't think you would care.
Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe with the fur, I'd have to spit the fur out, but
I think if it tasted okay, I don't think he would do that.
Just go ahead.
You would just munch. Yeah.
Just the whole thing, huh?
And then just be happy with the resultant shit you would have at the end of it all.
Well, yeah, the shit would be good.
Yes, that's why I said.
That would be, just know how to sweeten the deal, don't you?
No, yeah, I do. Hell, you know me.
How to make it nice.
Got it. Yeah, got to sweeten up everything, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we said that at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
You always got to take a lemon and make it lemonade.
Yeah, because that's just the way the world works. Like I said, excuse me, I'm going to go blow my brains out right now.
Well, make sure you bring some lemons with you.
No, like I said, my luck, we know how my luck runs. I whatever is something good in my life, it either gets fucked up, I fuck it up, they fuck it up, or this great old powerful God, he fucking hates me. Oh, here we go again. You know what? I can prove this now. That motherfucker hates me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he has to. I mean, he is up there. I am the butt of his fucking joke on this planet. I swear to God. He probably laughs at nobody else but me. That's why I'm here. I think I'm put down here, and he's like, look at that fucking moron. I put him in some fucked up shit, and look at him. He just screws it up every goddamn time.
He's trying to challenge you.
Oh, yeah, there's a challenge for me, all right.
Because, God will never give you something you can't handle.
God never gives you more than you can handle. And like I said, and it's true because, I'm on the verge of just wanting to fucking call it quits, but I would walk outside, I would stand on top of that second floor, and I would say, okay, now if I aim my noggin just right, dive off of here, just no hands out, splat, crack my head wide the fuck open. Like I said, I'd be the only one walking around with a colostomy brain bag because it wouldn't kill me. It would let me, I would live through it, obviously, but it would be just enough to keep fucking with my world.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, like you fuck with people, God fucks with you.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it.
How is it, man? Is it fun?
Yeah. Love it.
See, man? Yeah.
Mine are simple jokes, though.
Yeah, but maybe to some, I mean, me, I know you, so, I'm just like, oh, you dick, Well, maybe some people were very traumatized at one time,
Yeah, it's a possibility.
There could be some people that to this day, You know,
You
some of the-
think one of my jokes has fucked somebody up so severely that I am paying for it the rest of my goddamn life since I was a kid or something?
I don't know, man. Maybe you did you really do a fucked up joke to somebody when you were,
I'm sure I probably did. That's my way of dealing with things. I fucking tell jokes and shit.
I just offend people. Say really disgusting shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see that one. You're telling me keep going because I'm learning something new about you right now.
Really?
Oh, hell
man.
yeah.
Oh man. Okay, yeah. So, I like to talk about bowel movements and
Really, you do.
Vaginal cheese and all kinds of other fucked up shit that I talk about.
The fact that you talk about that is fascinating to me.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean-
That those things even run through your head. It's fascinating that those are the things that would go through your head. Not anything of worth, but those kind of things.
You know what?
Huh.
It fascinates me too because I didn't even know that about myself.
You're finding out something new.
I'm learning myself. We're just sitting here tonight and we're learning who we really are.
And really, I have over the last, I could say, last couple weeks, learned some stuff about myself. Some things I normally don't do. Some things I wouldn't do. I would have never thought I would do. I've always had problems with certain things. I mean, people do. You always have your issues on certain stuff, but I've totally acted out of character for me, at least,
Right.
to do and say some of the shit I've done. I usually, over the years, you know me, I'll sit back and keep it inside.
Yeah.
I don't talk about it. I don't try not to overreact to it. I try not to do anything like that. I've always tried to just internalize it because I just knew that I don't have a good way of reacting to some things. So it was better for me in life to take it and suck it in and just leave it there because then I wouldn't do dumb fucking shit.
Yeah, well, but then again, sometimes, like your posts on Facebook, that was, I think that was good, man. I think you were.
I was trying to get out and get what's inside of me out. I don't have a lot of people to talk to. I mean, obviously, I'm not sitting here saying, hey, feel sorry for me. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that I don't have a lot of people to sit and talk to about it. And when you have something that eats you up on the inside, especially this, what's happened to recently, most of the things I can internalize.
Right.
I've always been able to do that. This one's been very, very hard. And I said from day one that if this would ever happen, it would devastate me. And I was right. I knew, and so I have no way of getting it out. I mean, I don't see a psychiatrist. Can't afford to have one or see one if I did. They want to give me the fucking insurance, to talk out issues. And, because most people, well, maybe you should see a therapist. Maybe you should get me insurance then, cunt fuck.
Well, hey,
Don't tell me how easy it is to just, or, well, here's what you do. You sit back and you take toothpicks, and every time you think of that, you prick yourself in the finger, and then underneath the fingernail, because then that little bit of pain there will remind you that you're still alive, and you know what? The babbling that's coming out of your fucking mouth right now, shut the fuck up.
Well, think about this. I mean, you can get paid to basically get your shit out. You come on my show and do this shit.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, but it's kind of hard because, like I said, it's the times I need to get it out. Like right now, I'm cool with this because I need to talk. I need to kind of vent it.
Right.
But Facebook is not the place to do it. But it's one of my only avenues. That's really all I got. I don't have anybody.
See, I thought it was good that you did that, though. I thought it was I was actually.
Well, it depends on the perspective. I mean, if she ever read it, maybe it's not so good. Maybe to her, because whenever you're reading something in a text form or a message form, I'm not Mr. fucking grammar person here. So I can't convey the feelings or emotion I may truly have because I put so many fucking ands in there and I don't put shit the right fucking way. Bottom line, I never have and probably never will. I'm more of a talk to person if I have to get my feelings out to sit and talk to understand how I feel than it is for me to sit down and express it on fucking paper. I'm not that kind of person or any kind of text.
Yeah.
I say it fucked up. And even after I read it, I look at it and go, oh fuck, oh shit. Because I'll read it. What I'm saying at the time is what I'm feeling.
Right.
But what I read back is not what I meant for it to be. And I don't know. Maybe that's my fucking joke on life. Maybe that's God's joke on me. I can never truly express myself, honestly. And over the years, it's gotten more and more to where I've been wanting to do it finally and let it all out. Like I said, there's a lot that's going on in my life that I wished that I could actually get out and do it the right way, because maybe that would release that fucking inner bubble that I need to get rid of.
Yeah. Well, through the spoken word, you express yourself well, I think.
Well, as I'm talking, yeah. If
Yeah.
if I can sit and talk to somebody, then I think I can convey my feelings towards them or towards what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But don't let me get in front of a computer or a type. I was sitting there. I woke up this morning and I was crying. I woke up. I was like, "Wow, I've got to," and I put it out there. I was like, okay, I messed up. You messed up. I'm trying to get it out. Like, I'm not pointing no fingers at nobody. That's not what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm trying to get and work out the emotions that I feel about down inside, saying, God, all I want is to know that, okay, I messed up. I didn't react and do things the way I should have done.
Well,
Bottom
but
line.
like we were saying the other Monday night, man, you can't blame yourself for this. It's a two-way street.
It is a two-way street, and I guess that's what I was trying to say. That it wasn't I wish that she felt the same way I did. I guess is what I was really trying to convey. That I wish that the feelings I had on the whole situation, realizing that I fucked up, she messed up, and no matter how big or how little, that that it's something that could be at least even talked about.
Yeah.
To at least go on to that point where a total shutdown is never good.
No. No.
I mean, I don't believe it's good for either person. And even if she may be able to shut it off or on, or I could shut it off or on, I don't believe that's ever good, and because that's what I've done for years. I've shut down on things and internalized it. Not in a relationship so much, but in the rest of my life. Anything that's ever been bad to me, I've always internalized and shut it off.
But is it healthy? Hell no.
No, it's not. I mean, and I believe, to be honest with you, I believe that's why I've got cancer. Or the tumor and the possible cancer. I think that internalizing all those issues all those years, it affects you. It has to affect you somehow.
Yeah.
There's no way that it can't. I mean, yeah.
Well, they say that. Stress is the biggest cause of illness and all kinds of other shit.
And you may walk around your everyday life after you've taken something and shoved it on the inside and thought you shut it off, but you really didn't. Your subconscious has kept it in there. Your body has almost absorbed that.
Well, I'll tell you, man, grief, I learned a lot about grief a couple years ago, and I always thought grief was you sat around crying and you were upset and you were sad and you were all kinds of other shit.
Right.
But all kinds of other weird things would happen. Like I said, I'd have those anxiety attacks.
Oh, I've been having them too, and I've never had. And the fucked up funny thing is that I was, with my ex for 12 years.
Yeah.
I never had an anxiety attack after our separation. I cried.
Yeah.
I felt bad. I moped a little bit, but I never had what I've had this time around.
I think because this time around, you were really in love.
Yeah.
And
I think
it was real.
Yeah, it was real for me. Honestly, truly real. And I'm not saying that I didn't love my ex. I'm not saying that, but it wasn't the level of emotion and feelings I felt.
Right. Well, and you got a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Where she started doing the stuff she was doing. You saw it happening. So you saw deterioration and you figured, okay, I mean, you even said to me, I see divorce in my future, my friend.
Yeah, I did. So with me and her, it was
inevitable.
It was inevitable, and I knew it. And I took the sailboat. I put up the sail and just sailed into that sunset pretty much because I knew that's where it was going.
Right. And you were able to, I mean, obviously you took it hard too. I remember that as well. But in this case,
but 12 years compared to 9 months, I've taken this almost, if not harder, than I did 12 years with her.
Hey, that's what like when I was with Shell, that was 6 years. That's the thing that used to aggravate her. Like you could just walk away from 6 years and turn that off. And well, let me tell you something. When I was with Koala for 8 months,
right,
that fucked me up for what, 4 years?
I guess that for
it has nothing to do with the time, man.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It has to do with the quality and the feeling.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
yeah.
And I think that there was just so many unfinished things. Like you said, with me and my ex, I kind of saw that boat sailing, and I jumped on it, and I let it take me where it needed to go. Not that I wasn't no hurt feelings or anything or sorrow. There was. But with this, I had plans. I wanted to do so much. I wanted to, I wanted to make it through the deployment. I wanted to be there for her at the end. I wanted her to be there for me. I wanted to have us go to Rise. I wanted to let those lanterns off and feel that special moment with her. I wanted our first year anniversary. I wanted to take her to the old place, and obviously she didn't know this, but I was planning on, and it's not like it's a major plan, but it meant a lot to me that I wanted to take her back to our original place we started, where our first the first date night we went out on, and kind of go back because that night was special to me.
I don't mean to laugh, but did you guys go to a PT's?
Yeah, we did.
I wonder if it's the same one where I went.
I don't know.
Was it?
It was on Valley View and something.
Oh, okay, no, not the one we went to was on Ann Road. So
yeah, and I was really looking forward. I mean, I didn't tell her, and of course, I mean, not saying that that's something like a huge dinner and lavish it with flowers and everything.
No, but it's special, man.
It was special. Exactly right, and that's why and I had to kind of leave that out today a little bit. I went off on other things in the beginning, and I was like, oh my God, I so much going through my head, and trying to convey them to mostly to me. Trying to work it out, because once again, internalizing it has never done me any good.
No, hell no. Well, I mean, it's like having, and I'm sure this is how you feel now. It's like bees are flying around inside you. You're just like, God, stop. Well, just turn this off.
Yeah, I wished I could turn it off. I swear to fucking God, I wished I could turn it off because it's painful, very fucking painful.
Yeah, well,
I mean, and it's just something that, and I know everybody out there who has not been through it.
I went through it. You saw me going through it. So,
but I'm just at a time in my life now that something like this happening to me and some of the other stuff that's happened, it's too much. This is just way too much for me.
It's kind of weird because they say with age comes resilience, but
not always.
I don't know. Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't know about that because breakups seem to affect me a lot more severely than they did, when I was younger.
Yeah, well, when I was younger, I mean, it's not that I didn't care about people, but I realized the other night saying this that I was wrong on a lot of different things, but one of the things is that I never had a turnoff switch. I did have a turnoff switch at one time, but it was because I was with people that I could turn it off. I didn't care.
Yeah.
That's the only time I could have that turnoff switch is if I was with somebody that I liked.
Yeah.
But they didn't mean that much to me that I could just walk away from them. I could walk away and say, well, it didn't work. You know? So, I mean, be like, well, I remember when we did this. I remember they were fun. That was fun. It was a fun time. I didn't say or feel like, oh my God, I can't be without that time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it. Now, because you learn that you're not going to settle, so you start finding more quality relationships.
Yeah.
And when they do break off, you're like, oh, fuck.
Well, how many times did you hear me say with those last 3.5 years after my separation, I didn't want really a relationship? How many times did you hear me say that because there was a couple girls I went out and I dated and stuff? I was like, no, I don't want this.
Yeah. No, I know. You said I'm not ready and,
and
this isn't working.
Yeah. And I just it's like, it's not. And with Danielle, it was something that wow, that one fucking hit me from. You might as well have taken a baseball bat and slam me from back of the head because I never saw it coming.
Yeah, you got Floyd Mayweathered, man.
Yeah, I did, and it was great. I mean, it was one of the best experiences I've had in my life, but also one of the worst.
Yeah, well, it's like they say, man. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Yeah.
This is very reminiscent of me back in 2010. Towards the end, and unfortunately. Like you said, man, it's till your heart's ready to let go.
Yeah.
There's nothing you just got to
write. The
sad
thing is that, and I know everybody sits back and tells you, oh, in time it'll pass.
It will.
In time it'll pass. In time, what it'll do is it'll subside a little bit, but it'll never pass with her for me. This is one I can honestly say it won't.
Well, and I think it'll be like Cruise Control's mountain thing.
Yeah.
Where you'll still remember it. Hell, I still think back to Koala, but now having said that, hey, I mean, I know why we weren't together. It's all clear now, but still, she will always be in my mind somewhere.
Well, the reason I can say this is because, I mean, I've experienced love before. There's all different kinds of love, obviously.
Right.
But I've never experienced anything that we had. Nothing with I don't know how to explain this to people because if you've never felt it, you would not ever know or could even totally comprehend it. Because when we would touch and we would hug or we would hold each other, I mean, there was a heat, there was a flame, honest to God, fucking flame, that would it would feel like we would honestly interconnect in our chests. And when I would touch her with my hand on certain parts of her body, and it seemed to be on the areas where, which was kind of we always thought was weird, was she had tattoos in certain places, and for some reason, whenever I would touch those certain areas, my hand would literally like it would feel like a ball of heat, and it would just instantly start heating up. And we would lay sometimes on her bed at night, and she would climb on top of me or something, or mostly she climbed on top of me, but because that's the way we did it. It always worked. It was always we first found out when we were actually in her car and we were outside of my house, and she climbed over because we were kissing and stuff. She climbed over and she pressed her chest against me while we were kissing, and there was this overwhelming feeling of what the fuck is that?
Wow, that's pretty well. And two, you guys share the same birthday.
We shared the same birthday. We shared the same numbers in birthday. Like, and I'm not saying the same numbers, but
the years
once again, the same years, just in reverse.
Right.
I mean, mine was 68, hers was 86. For God's sake, she had my last name already tattooed on her body.
Yeah, I think for her it's going to be, we say, oh, she's going to turn it off and be tough, stoic, military bitch. But I think even, if you don't see it, there's going to be something in the back of her mind that's going to eat at her, man.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how she couldn't feel obviously something about it because, I mean,
she will. You just may not see it.
I think we both, me and her, crossed something that we will never cross again.
Yeah.
Not saying she's not going to find a man that's good for her. Not saying that she's not going to find a man she may not truly find and fall in love with, but I'm saying that I don't think that connection will ever be. It can't be.
No.
That can only be with certain people, and I believe you don't always stay with your soulmate, but I believe that's what she was.
Well, she's gonna miss it. I know she's gonna miss it at some point. The next guy that she's with or whatever, it's not going to be the same, and she's going to want that. It's like anything, like the crackhead. Why do you think they keep getting high all the time?
Yeah,
because they want a better high. They want that same high.
See, and that's the bad thing with me because I mean I know until the day I pass, I'm going to always miss that.
Yeah,
that and like I said, it's hard to explain. If you've experienced it, then you could totally understand what I'm saying. And I guess, I mean, even from what I'm telling you right now, I believe that you're kind of like, wow, that is something that's totally fucking
right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've never had the flame thing like what you're talking about, but I've had very strong feelings for somebody, when I'm with them, but never like what you were describing there with the heat and.
Yeah, she used to be able to when I was at nights, like if I didn't feel well and stuff like that, she'd put her hand on me. Like she would always put it, and there was a certain spot on my chest. It wasn't right in the center, like everybody would think it would be. It was a little off to like the left a little more. And she would put her hand there, and she would absorb some of what was going on with me.
Oh wow!
And I did the same for her.
Wow. Well, that's what I'm saying, man. This is a strong,
yeah,
pretty strong bond, and you just can't ignore that.
No, I know a connection that I believe I will never ever see again.
Yeah, but at the same time, she's gonna miss it. And she can't just walk away. We can say, "Oh, she's turning it off. She can, go with another guy and do all this." But in the back of her mind, she's gonna miss it somewhere. She has to.
And and I would say, "Good. I hope so. I want her to." And blah. But you know what? I wouldn't want her to see her go through that pain. So I wouldn't. If she was able to turn that off, and not look back on it, then I would wish that for her.
What about somebody had said something on your status when you posted that about the door being nailed shut or don't seal the door shut, or whatever. What do you think about that?
I think that that no matter what happens in life, because I think what they're probably trying to say is you never seal the door shut because you never know a year down the line. Maybe we'll separate now. She'll be deployed, she'll come back, and maybe you've already had somebody that didn't work, and we'll run into each other, or one night just pick up the phone and say, hey, look, I just kind of want to talk to you, and re-spark that. See, the bad thing about that is is it never sparks the same again. You know, but I can't say that. I really can't, because I'm basing it on
What
any
you've
other
experienced.
relationship I've ever had. I don't know. I mean, and this is one of the things I tried talking to her about that Monday night. You know, that I kind of said some shit that was not what I meant, but I told her I didn't know what it would be like for when she came back. I've only ever experienced somebody leaving me and coming back that I never had that kind of experience with. You know, the experience that me and Danielle had shared.
Most people haven't, though.
That's
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying. They
saying?
haven't. So I don't know. You know, for all I know, it could have been a year of fucking, you know, depression off and on, happy to talk to her off and on, good to see her over Skype, and then depressed again, you know, emotions that are going to be there with something like that. But, you know, for all I knew, maybe she could have came back and gotten off that plane or whatever it is. I'm sure it had to be a plane. They don't take a ship all the way. But, you know, that plane, and come out and of course obviously hugged her children first and everything. But maybe walking up to her at that last, I'm almost fucking starting to cry.
Well, this is what it is, man. This is therapy.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
You know, maybe that
I did it.
yeah, maybe she would you know, maybe we would have hugged, and that it would have been like we weren't apart. I don't
Maybe.
know. I just don't know.
It's hard to say. I mean, you really can't gauge it. But at the
No.
same time, you can't hold out hope either.
No.
Yeah. You know, unfortunately, you know, it's what it is.
Yep.
Well,
So
shit. On that note, man, you want to take a commercial there?
yeah, we can, because we're almost at the top of the hour.
All right, probably should, huh? All right, we'll be right back, bitches.
The shit that hurts me. The shit that hurts me. Radio. The shit that hurts me. The shit that hurts me. Radio. The shit that hurts me. The shit that hurts me.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on J&J.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan. And it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil. I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck. stuck in your core like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do? Where you gonna go? Who you gonna talk to get the info and get money? You can talk to me. You can talk to me. We got what you need. Or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund, we have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fucking buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled. The thing I gotta say about this building is there are a fuckload of twists and turns and shit to do, you know what I'm saying? Like to find, where you think you're on track and you're just like, no, wait a minute. And of course, my ass, I walk into.
Well, it's kind of funny because you're just walking through telling me, because I'm saying this place is like a maze, and you're like, yeah, but I think I'm getting it. Kaboom!
Yeah, there was a chair at the end of the hall that I walked into. Oh fuck! Well, man, it is what it is, man, and I will figure it out. And see, that's the thing, man. When you're walking around, maybe this is time for a little SMJ action. You think? Because there was something that happened to me over at the 7-Eleven.
Give me a minute to load it up.
All right, sorry, man. I just kind of thought of it. It was so trivial. I almost didn't talk about it, but I was like, yeah, you know what? we're gonna put it in there.
All right.
So, but that's what it's about, man. It's about, unfortunately, you got to get hurt. You got to get fucked up sometimes, to learn lessons, to get places. So, and that's kind of what was happening with me. Hey, there's a blind man. Don't worry, blind man. I'm here. I'm going to save you. Just hold on. I'm coming. Don't worry. Here I am, bud. Everything's all good. Here we go. Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from danger. Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from strangers. Okay. So here's what happened. You feel stupid when you get lost and whatever, like the other night, I walked over to the 7-Eleven and I kind of veered a little bit and went over to the pizza place instead. And of course, the pizza delivery guy saw me and he was like, "Hey man, you need some help, buddy?" And then that was okay. That was cool. That wasn't an SMJ. But tonight was a little bit of an SMJ because when I was leaving the store, I was walking out of the 7-Eleven and somebody goes, "Be careful." It's almost like they're talking to a child. And it's like, look, I'm a grown fucking man, and getting, unfortunately, sometimes you got to get fucked up. Sometimes you got to walk into things. Sometimes you got to get thoroughly lost to learn where the hell you are, you know? And actually, it's kind of relevant to you, Jerkman. Sometimes you got to go through a lot of shitty stuff, man, to get an even keel.
But see, that's it. Because most of your life they tell you that, but it never stops. It's like the even keel never really comes because by the time you've learned a lesson, I mean, okay, you live a lifetime. I'm 47 fucking years old. Do I finally learn my last lesson and learn how to live the life the right way right before I die? I mean, what kind of sense does it make?
Yeah, well, you know what, too, and man, I guess everybody's experience is different, so I can't really say, well, this is the right way, and this is because really, what I tell you might be totally different for you. The shit that works for you
May not work for me.
Yeah, exactly. So
or vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, what I found in life is that when I get have a really shitty experience or whatever, it builds me up for better things or like I said with the getting lost, eventually I'll be around this place like nothing.
Yeah.
There will be a point where I won't be touching the walls anymore. I'll just be zipping around corners and shit.
The weird thing I find that's so strange about life, and I've always asked this question, is the fact that why all this learning, all this with emotions, with even like directions and all these things to become so good at something that you are going to die.
Well,
I mean, what does all that experience do for you? What does all of this really do for any of us? I mean, because we're all here, we're stuck here. We all, we all popped out of our moms and knew nothing of this planet or whatever, and have been in here learning obviously our entire lives, and we continue to learn our entire lives. But at the end of it, the gift at the end of all of this learning experience and learning to do all these things is death.
Well, I guess we really won't know till we're there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So maybe you're thinking this is all to prepare us for the other side of something, if there is?
Maybe it's working towards something. I haven't got that far in the book yet. So, I guess when it gets up, I mean, shit, I may listen to this archive years later and go, God damn, was I a fucking idiot?
Right. Or it could be that, maybe humans look too much into it. Maybe there is no life lesson to learn at the end of all this. Maybe it's just simple survival and you die.
Maybe so. Maybe so. I mean,
yeah, maybe there is no afterwards that, wow, I learned how to do this for this and maybe this is all just coping skills with why you're here and that's all.
Well, like they say, I mean, you never stop learning.
No, you can't.
And so you're never going to know everything and you're never going to be 100% at everything.
But it's kind of funny. We can do the same thing over and over again and still not learn.
Yeah, that could happen too.
Because how many times have we said, well, you sit and you read the Bible. You've read it, you know every word in it. But yet you keep spewing the same stuff every time.
Yeah. Well,
so maybe there's our answer to that one. Maybe just because you think you know something and you think you've got it right, you never truly do.
No, I mean, it's really all on you. What works for you?
Yeah.
Certain things work better for other people. I've found personally, and I've said this before, like, for instance, like they tell you with jobs, oh, it's who you know. And as long as you know people, you got an in, which I found to be bullshit,
Yeah.
and a lot of things that I found work for a lot of other people do not work for me. And you may be the same way. The same cliche bullshit stuff doesn't necessarily work for you.
No, it doesn't. I'm a very I know this last time I've realized that I'm a very lonely person on the inside. Very lonely. I've realized that after this last thing I thought, because you get a chance to gauge your inner feelings at times from stuff like this, and I realized that I'm very lonely. I guess all those years of just joking and telling people and talking things is my way of trying to hide that inside I'm lonely as hell. I feel all alone on this planet.
Wow, man. Well, you know what? Most people are, though, man.
Yeah.
If you think about it, I mean, it's when they, like I used to say, when they bury you, you're not going with somebody.
Well, yeah, in your own separate grave, but I mean, you could be killed in a bus wreck with a bunch of people, and And they say that
Does
you.
that make it better though?
No, it doesn't. But they say you come into this world, and this is kind of what I thought about. They say you come into this world alone, you go out alone. That's not necessarily true, because you come into this world with a doctor, your mother, people around you. So you don't come into the world totally alone.
Yeah.
And you don't leave it totally alone, because most people at the end of their lives are having someone around them trying to either revive them or this or that, or something eventually that comes around that you're not totally alone. You know, some people have died with nobody around, of course.
Right.
You know, but they're still, their bodies are taken care of and taken, and stuff like that. So as a physical being, you are never truly brought in or taken out totally alone.
That's true. That's true. There's always someone there,
right?
But at the same time, is it someone you care about? Not
Well,
always.
see, and that's what I'm saying. So on the inside, most of us are alone. We're totally alone, and it's just some of us don't look at it that way. We're kind of like, well, because you get stuck in, like we said, with the people in the trance with the Kardashians and all that.
Oh yeah.
You live your life thinking, well, I'll wake up tomorrow. I got this schedule. This is what I do. I meet this person. That's my person that I converse with, and blah blah blah. But truly, you're walking around bouncing from emotion to emotion every single day.
Well, but that's part of life, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you may be really happy when you wake up. 12 o'clock rolls around, you're fucking pissed off. Then you're really sad. I mean, that's emotion is part of life, unfortunately, man. And sometimes it does cause. I mean, I tend to think sometimes emotions are weaknesses because you react to them in weird ways, and you may not. You may not be able to function as well. Being driven by emotion. What the hell was that?
I sneezed.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that there's, and I really don't know. I don't really truly understand the love emotion. I guess maybe that's what my problem's always been. I understand it to where I know what it is, but I don't understand why it has to be there. What is the real cause for love besides the fact that if you didn't, you would probably kill your children if they piss you off, or a significant, you feel that love, so you want to have sex and have children, or
I mean, I think you care about people. I mean, that's just what happens. There's somebody that's there that you're just like, man, I love this person, or there's something in emotion, there's a connection.
Yeah. And I also wonder, I'm not gonna just put it on love. I also wonder why that emotion is that you have to hate. Why do countries and people have to hate each other so much that they got to build up armies and stuff like that to go kill each other?
Yeah, well, but it's like anything. You can't have love without hate. You can't have hate without love.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why are those two emotions so prevalent in everything?
Yeah, well, and this is the thing when people say they give up on love, and I even said it, a bunch of times over the years. It's bullshit. You're never going to give up. It's an emotion. That's like saying, well, I give up on being hungry. I'm never going to be hungry again.
Yeah.
Well, that's some bullshit. You are going to be hungry.
You're going to be hungry no matter what.
Your body, physiologically, there's certain things
will
you're
crave
gonna
it and want you to have it and kill you if you don't.
Yeah, exactly. So it is what it is, man. I mean, and it's like eating too much or eating some bad food. You're going to puke, or you're just not going to feel well.
But eventually, you're going to eat again.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to get sick from it. I've had bad food poisoning and said, wow, I would never eat bacon again. Guess what I eat again? Bacon.
Sometimes it takes a couple years before you eat that again. Like me and pickled pig's feet.
You got sick?
You know what I did? I drank the juice out of the jar.
Oh.
Because, I liked it so much. I was like, wow, those are really good.
So you overdid it.
So I drank the juice, that it's got the preservatives and shit in it and everything.
Yeah, it's got that purple, whatever the hell that stuff
yeah,
is.
Probably if I was able to see, I wouldn't have drank that shit. But I did.
There would be a lot of things you wouldn't do if you could see, trust me.
Well, there you go. And that's it too, man. I mean, hey, yeah, we were all given some shorts, but we were all given some longs too.
Yeah.
I mean, you might not see them now, obviously in your situation, you feel shitty, but I mean, you do have some positives, man. How many people, fucking have a radio station, I mean, for 15 years that you've kept going.
Yeah.
Even when times were shitty, you kept it going.
Yeah.
I mean, look at I don't want to say, but look at your old partner.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I mean, what's going on with him?
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, and like last night, I could leave here without a dime in my pocket and go out into the higher class part of Vegas and do things. I was with millionaires last night, hanging out. Just
Yeah, I posted about that, by the way.
oh, you did?
Well, I said, when you're hanging out with, what did I say? Just because you're hanging out with, if the brokest nigga you know is hanging out with a bunch of, some very well-to-do people, but it's still the brokest nigga you know, then, it just goes to show you that, hanging out with rich people won't make you rich, just frustrated.
Yeah. Oh, so that was about me?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
talking about you.
Yeah, because that's it. I mean, and I'm not kidding you. The people we were with, they spent um, $5,000 or $7,000 on the dinner net.
Huh.
I'm not kidding you. And I mean, I'm on a high roller. We had our own private bar with unlimited drinks. And I just sat here yesterday. I woke up yesterday morning. I wasn't planning anything, and Dante didn't come in to do his show. And I had contacted Tiffany, and Tiffany's like, "You're just the person I wanted to talk to." She goes, "I wanted you to come with us and do this and this," and I'm like, "Okay." How many people do you know that without a dime in their pocket can go out with some of the richest people in Vegas and do some of the most fucking extravagant weird shit?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the fact that you're able to do that, I sure as fuck couldn't have pulled that off. There's no fucking way. I'd walk in there and they'd be like, "Who's this asshole?"
Yeah.
So where you got in there and you were able to do it, and I'm assuming did you eat some food, man? Did you?
Yeah, I actually had, and you're not going to believe this, but I had a burrito that was $47.
Oh, wow, damn. A $47 burrito?
Yes.
What makes it so ejaculatory?
I don't know, but trust me, you would have liked it.
I'm sure I would have.
It was just where I ate. It was a very expensive place they took us to, and I showed up and because I only came in to do the show. I had a t-shirt on, jeans, and my sneaks.
Oh, fuck.
And these people were dressed in suits, and but not everybody was, but for the most part. And and I'm walking up and I'm like, "Hey Vince, how's it going?" And now Vince is I'm not going to give his last name, but a very prominent person in Vegas. This man has got more money than all anybody I fucking ever know. I've thrown together. And he's like, "How's it going, George?" And I'm like, "Good." And he said, "I heard you moved." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm at this place, at a place I really don't want to be, and everything is. It'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be good. You'll be all right." And stuff like that. And I'm just like, and I got for that time to be in a different world again that snapped me out of the one I was in. Not that I wasn't thinking, because when I'm up on a high roller, I was thinking, God, I wished me and her could have done this.
Yeah,
she had been on it. Yeah, she had been on it, and I now had been on it, but we weren't on it together. And she told me the one time, she goes, "Well, you would probably like it," and da da da. And I said, "No, I'll never do it."
Guess what?
Yeah, I did it.
Wow. Well, and although I would feel like shit if I spent $47 on a burrito.
I didn't.
Well, you didn't have to, but I'm saying, even in my case, if I put $47 on a fucking burrito.
This was a very, very high end restaurant.
Wow, it must have been.
Yeah, I mean the food they had, and they even had. Now get this, it's a playground for the rich kind of, and they even had a bull in there, electronic bull that people could ride if they wanted, and all kinds. It was just like, it was, and all the stuff that they had on the walls and that were from other countries. That was like rare artifacts and things. Yeah, it was. And the weird thing is the whole time I'm doing all this, I'm thinking, God, I wish she was here with me.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, it's better than sitting at home going,
"Yeah,
I wish she was here with me."
No, you're right. And going back to what you were saying, yeah, I can experience things that most people wouldn't be able to do.
Yeah. And you've had things happen.
Yeah.
In life. Like we were talking outside, man. You've lived through some pretty. Most motherfuckers that have been dead.
Yeah.
Already.
With some of the stuff that's happened to me, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've been. I had rheumatic fever as a child. I had Lyme disease, which almost killed me. The rheumatic fever almost killed me. I had a massive heart attack at the age of 27. I had many heart attacks after that.
You're forgetting some things, though, man.
I am.
Radiation?
Oh, I was actually radiated on a nuclear, next to a nuclear plant, not a plant, but a sub, not a sub, but a ship, the Theodore Roosevelt. I went into a wrong area and actually had a bad dose of radiation poisoning.
Shit.
I've had a major stroke. I've had mini strokes, and now I've got cancer.
Don't forget to get shot at too, man.
Oh, I've been shot at it. I was shot at twice.
See?
Yeah.
So, there's obviously,
The bullet that should have hit me and would have killed me, but the car door on the car I had at the time was an older car and it was made of a sturdier metal. So it started piercing it but didn't go all the way through and got jammed in it. So if it would have
Wow.
went through, it would have killed me.
Damn.
But it didn't, and it was the level it was would have went right through. Even the police said that they had seen it, and when they come to the scene, and they said, that probably would have killed you if it had went through.
Fuck. Well, you obviously made it through, and most people would have been dead. Like I
Yeah.
said, I mean, you've lived through some shit. I mean, you gotta.
I've had a weird fucking life.
Yeah, you have. Yeah. So, I mean, you got to just kind of, I mean, I don't mean to be Mr. Positive fucking,
No, I understand what you're saying. No,
devil on your shoulder versus the angel and all that shit. But, there are some good things too, man.
Yeah.
You got to,
I'm just gonna miss her by my side, I guess, and that's.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. And you got a right to.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to, I mean, unfortunately, it's tough now. And
Yeah.
it's going to be tough for a while, man. And, but as time goes on, you'll work through it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know everything, every song you're gonna hear songs.
Every fucking thing on the radio now. And I decided next time if I ever, well, I'm sure I'll find somebody someday, sometime. If I don't, I mean, but really, I don't know. I mean, I could die for cancer before I find that next person because I'm not the kind of person to jump.
Yeah.
So who knows? I may die before she may be the last person that I've ever get to experience love with, and I'd be kind of happy that she was the one.
Yeah.
But at the same time, sad that she wasn't there at the end.
Yeah. Well, and maybe she couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Or something.
Maybe it was too. Maybe it would have been. Maybe you were right. I didn't think of it that way. She had been through her father passing. She had been through a lot of pain of some friends that had passed, and she stood by their side throughout the whole thing. So maybe the love that we shared would have been too much for her had we stayed and I passed and would have been someone else. Maybe it would have fucked her up for life, and I wouldn't have wanted that to happen.
Yeah.
So
well,
maybe I take the pain so she doesn't take it the rest of her life.
Maybe. So maybe it's not something, and you're gonna have your emotions. You're gonna be angry with her.
Yeah.
You're gonna be then you'll be happy and positive, and I loved her and I this.
Yeah.
So it's just this up and down roller coaster. But I think you're doing it right, man, because you're not you're not trying to look for something new. You're
No.
not pulling that. That's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. People have such false hope for things sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like you just got to ride this fucking thing. Quit thinking about the next. Because the more you think about the next, the further away you're going to get from it.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, you taught me that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, and that's the truth. And like I said, thinking about it, maybe that is it. Maybe us being together, maybe I would have lasted, and she would have came back, and maybe would have been so sick and passed, and it would have been something that would have been too much for her.
Well, and maybe she was kind of preparing herself like that too.
Yeah.
With whatever was going on.
She said she had plenty of dreams that December 17th I won't make it. That will be my last.
December 17th.
This December 17th, yeah. That
No
if I didn't
shit.
get treatment before that period of time and started, she said it was actually in July that she'd seen if I crossed past that point of not having treatment and starting everything, that my inevitability would be of passing of this December 17th.
Fuck.
So
That's a
and
nice thought there.
and we know that I have not gotten any treatment. I've tried, and she
Yeah.
even told me before if I didn't try, she would leave me.
Well, you tried.
And I did try, and I told her, I said, you can't leave me. I tried. She goes, I realize it's just nothing's easy for me. And so maybe that would have been it. Maybe being by the side of someone else you truly loved and cared about, again, passing, and leaving her behind, or whatever it would be, her feeling would be, that would be too much.
Maybe so. And she couldn't deal with that.
Yeah.
Couldn't take another.
I mean, it's just another way of looking at it. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that, but if that was the case, and is the reason that, like I said, I acted like I would never normally act with anybody else, with her on a couple occasions, and it's not that I wanted to. I just somehow did it, But maybe that was the setup for if it would have been the case of that being her not being able to go through another one of them. That, of course, it needed to take, so she got spared something that she couldn't go through.
Maybe so. You know, for her kids or her family.
For her,
or-
yeah, and for me, you know, if that's what the cause of all this, and me doing some dumb shit, and the course it took, you know, then I would feel better about that, because I won't want to see her in pain. I'd never want to see her in pain.
Right. But although I still stand by, I think she should have done a better job of letting you down. You know
Well,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, that part I do, I agree with. I mean, I think there should have been some sort of something. You know, I mean, we did talk that Thursday, but there was no real conclusion or definite anything on it. It was just kind of, you know, I'll digest this and I'll talk to you tomorrow, or text you if I can tomorrow, or talk to you tomorrow, and that's it.
Yeah, and no, there was no dialogue, there was no nothing, and it was kind of like
No.
you left it. You know, like they say, you leave without closure.
Yeah.
And I think she left it without closure.
And I sent her texts, and out of desperation of trying to get a reaction, just to talk to her and everything, and I acted kind of. I was acting desperate, like someone, you know, someone in desperation would do, you know, in a panic desperation of trying to, you know, if you see your child, and this may be a bad analogy, but if you see your child and something's going on, you may do something desperate, you know. Yeah, okay, if you have a child at home and that child needs to be fed, and you know that child hasn't eaten, you may go do something out of desperation to make sure that child eats.
Well, I've seen, you know, you've heard stories of people throwing themselves in front of fucking buses and things like that for the kids.
Yeah. So, and like I said, not that extreme, obviously, because someone's child is more important than anything.
Right.
But I guess I'm saying that at the time, the same thing can kind of go that way. That, you know, you do sometimes things out of desperation that you normally would not do.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And, you know, especially when emotions are involved, you know, then you start reacting and doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, we can't fault you for emotions. You know, of course, you could say, well, you know, and that's a guy thing to do, too. You know, well, you shouldn't have done that, man. You were a pussy for doing this or whatever. But you know what? It's when you're a fucking human, you know, all these guys that want to criticize, you know, another dude for doing, you know, whatever they were doing over a chick, you know, when you're there, you're a
when you're
different man,
there,
aren't you?
yeah, when you're there, it's not quite the same, is it? But, you know, and a lot of times, you know, women get emotional. I mean, they admit that. You know,
they're worse than we are.
Yeah, and you know, even she told me when she was pregnant, you know, all she did was sit down and bawl sometimes for no reason. You know, and kind of, I mean, I haven't been bawling for no reason, but that's kind of what I've been doing. So, you know, your emotions do take over. You do things out of desperation. Obviously, if she would have talked to me, I wouldn't have sent some of them texts trying to get a reaction, just trying to get her to talk to me.
Right.
You know, but I could have done more harm than good.
Maybe, but again, you can't blame yourself. You know, I mean, this is something where, I mean, she's an adult too, and she really should have, you know, at least given you some closure, you know, or something. And if she gave a shit about you, then it's like, all right, well then, you know, let me know, you know, hey, listen, it's not
Maybe
working.
she will give me the closure. Maybe she's planning on coming back here to rip me a new one, and
maybe so.
And that's it. You know, I don't know, because
I think you'd be happier if you had a new one ripped for you, though.
I
think you would.
It depends. I mean, if we got to go in and at least talk. I mean, she can yell at me all she wants. She can tell me I'm an asshole, I've done this fucked up, or I did that. But as long as she's talking to me and not just saying her piece and walking away.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
that may be.
You know, give me what you feel I deserve. You know, and let me say what I think should be. You know, say what should be said, what we believe should be said. But then, you know, try to walk away on a note that we both say, hey, you know. Okay.
Well, that's closure.
Yeah.
That's real closure for the both of you. You know, as opposed to, all right, well, I'm going to decide if we're going to break up or not, and then you don't hear anything.
Yeah.
And what you said the last transmission was just, you know, come get your stuff, or
no, the last one was that about something that we had to finish changing over and stuff like that. So.
Oh God, you got that going on, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't about and so that was it. There was nothing. And I even said at the end, right after that, because I knew she was on, she just texted me, and I said, so this means we're broken up, right? And nothing.
You heard nothing. Wow. Well, man, you may still hear something yet. Your mom seems to think so.
Yeah, my mom said that, you know, she doesn't think that. My mom thinks that she honestly did care.
I think she did.
And she said, you know, and if she said I could be wrong on this, she said, but I don't think it's over yet, as in, our relationship may be over, but that I've heard the last from her, that she's just going to leave it go that way.
You can't do that.
No,
You
she
can't.
said she said she believes she did truly love me. So, because my mom actually liked her.
I mean, there's been some women that I really didn't give a shit about, but I at least gave them some closure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was decent enough. I couldn't just walk away. Even women that did really fucked up things to me, even though they brought their 9-year-old daughter to come
Right,
get
yeah,
rings for
yeah.
me and shit. But other than that, I mean, hey, I gave them closure.
I mean, what happened in our relationship? I'm not going to condone in saying it was, the last that Saturday when she got back. That was the greatest. I'm not going to say that it wasn't, but for God's sake, it wasn't the worst thing that people could do to one another.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fuck up both ways, and overreaction on my part, and stuff like that. But it wasn't the worst that you could walk away and say, hey, look, I've never. It wasn't like me and her were together and she beat my child, or I beat her child, or did something totally fucked up that's totally unexcusable.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The crime here doesn't deserve the punishment. I don't think.
Yeah, it's like going out and smoking a joint and getting life for it.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
So, something that's relatively trivial in the grand scheme of things, but yet is being treated like it deserves capital punishment. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And if this person really did care, like they claimed that they did, and I saw there was a few times that I saw evidence of, even when you and I would rip on each other,
yeah,
she would be like, she'd like be backing you and, saying, well, I like, so I don't think somebody who really didn't give a shit about you wouldn't have done that.
No, I would hate to see that the actions that had happened over that time period, that it would be a total shut off and nothing, because then that would say that the love that she had for me wasn't as strong.
Yeah, but I don't believe that. As far as, I mean, if you had the bond that you had, and from her reactions, I think they were real, but there's an outside something somewhere, that's driving there.
Well, see, and that's what I said. I even texted her that, though, one of the last texts I sent to her, and I said that I said I'm having a hard time believing that there's just not something else going on here. It seems to me, and I'm not saying, and I had to specify because I know sometimes what I'm thinking in my head, other people will take other things from, and I said, I'm not accusing you of anything. I don't want her thinking that I was thinking she was screwing around or this or that.
Right.
I wanted to let her know that I just feel like there's an outside source that's helped play this along further than what,
and that's usually the case, man. I mean, that's what happened with my relationship.
Yeah.
That there was somebody else in the mix somewhere, whether it was, a subconscious thing where, she didn't want to deal with, with her family or whatever, obviously, but again, you fuck yourself up trying to speculate,
you do.
What's going on. So the best thing you can do is deal with like my grandfather once said, you work with what you got. And unfortunately with what you got is not much. But, I would, if she comes back and wants to talk, I'd at least hear her out.
Oh, I will do that. I mean, I won't.
But I wouldn't take her back, man. I don't know. That's just me. And
I don't think she would ask to come back. I'm looking for the best I could hope for. I'm not the best, but one of the things I could hope for is that we at least get to communicate one more time, at least.
Yeah, I think you'll get that.
Yeah.
I think there will be that. And, who knows what the hell will come out of it, because I don't, you just can't leave that.
No. And I mean, I hope that we, since it seems to me that this is it's ended or whatever, that, we can get out what needs to be out, and she can yell or bitch at me or call me the piece of shit that she probably would like to or is going to. But at the end of that, realize that we shared something very special, and to walk away from each other, that maybe we should do it on a note that's
amiable.
Yeah. That hey, we messed up. Okay, she messed up a little bit. I messed up, and then I did my shit, which was stupid to do. And none of it was truly done out of malice towards one another. It was just it was like a snowball that started.
Yeah.
she could have not texted me that night and not called and talked to me because maybe she was out and enjoying herself and thought, oh fuck, if I do it now, he's going to want to talk. Fun. I'm talking to friends, and I realized it was too late. And then if she did, I may say, "Well, where were you?" But so maybe she just left to go at that, and then didn't want to tell me because then, so she just made that up, and it was just something that would just smooth over a little area, and that was it. But then I happened to find it because I actually did go on her phone, and she's probably going to call me a liar on this one or not believe me, but I truly did originally go on her phone to put a message on there for her. And when I did, the phone thing popped up, and it was the phone calls, and that's what parts
That's
or
where you
whatever,
saw.
and that's where I saw the 1:15 or whatever it was in a morning call. And then I even looked at the date, and I'm like, it didn't even register at first. I didn't think nothing of it, and I went back in, and I started doing the phone thing and trying to get mine to transfer and send it through this little beam thing that she was showing me, and see, sometimes for me, I see things but they don't register right away, and then I start thinking, whoa, wait a minute, what the fuck was that? And that's what I did, and because after I was trying to send it and everything, I thought, wait a minute, what date was that? And so I went on my phone and looked at the date, and I thought, son of a bitch, that was Friday night. That's the night. And then from there, I was like, oh my God. And then after that, I started looking at her phone. I'd get up in the morning, and I mean, I didn't do it every morning, but I got up in the morning. I thought, am I missing something else? Is there something I'm missing? Is she lying to me? I got to know. And sometimes it's better not to know. You get so wrapped up in thinking, I got to protect myself. They can't be lying to me. I can't have this, and blah blah blah. And she wasn't. After that, there was nothing there, but I kept wanting to make sure. I over obsessed with it at that point because I wanted everything to be what it was before that.
Well, you did. You did say you caught her lying to you.
Yeah, and that's it. And I caught her with that lie there.
When somebody does that, man, you can't necessarily trust them.
Yeah, but see, the bad thing and the good thing about this, or the good thing and the bad thing about this, is actually, with me getting up a couple mornings and looking on her phone, it was actually starting to help build that trust again, because I seen nothing was coming through.
Right.
I seen that there wasn't no secret rendezvous or secret messages from nothing. So for me, that was like, okay. So that honestly was what happened, Now I can start, she just came forward and said, yeah, that's what I did. So within seeing that, it was actually a healing process for me to start building that trust again. But that's not the way she's going to see it or ever probably will,
Yeah, well, it's. I mean, we react the way we react for a reason.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
So, anyway, speaking of reaction,
there is none.
I'm gonna piss.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers life. Hip-hop bangers life.
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks life.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on J&J.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil. I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck. In your car like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do? Where you gonna go? Who you gonna talk to get the info and get money? You can talk to me. You can talk to me. We got what you need. Or you can join the team. Build yourself and build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund. We have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fucking buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts.
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think it's the
Cereal poured perfectly. Bitch.
Wow. It's been a very riveting night, both on and off the show.
Yeah.
Well, now, what exactly happened out there? I just know this lady pulled up in a car.
It was a truck. We actually, we went outside like I usually do, smoke a cigarette. We're on the second floor now. And there was this homeless man I've seen sitting out there most of the day today. Well, not most of the day, but when I got here around 6 something. And he was just sitting there, and he has his belongings with him, what very little he does have. And within the time of us doing the show and that, he must have just laid down to go to sleep. And some woman comes whipping around the corner. She goes, hey, you, get up. Get away from my store. And showing absolutely no compassion for this man. This man was asleep, and he's got what little belongings he has next to him.
He's not bothering anybody.
Not bothering anybody. And I'm sitting there watching, and she whips in and jumps out of her vehicle, and she goes, you got to get up. You got to get your stuff and get out of here now. And I'm like, wow. And he said, somebody goes, well, I've got nowhere to go. I don't care. You got to get your stuff and get out of here. And he was probably saying, I've got nowhere to go. And he goes, well, I was just sleeping. She goes, you can go sleep somewhere else. And she started pointing like on the other side of the building or something, you know, to someone else's place, just not hers.
Oh, yeah, go sleep by someone else's property if you're bothering me.
Yeah. And that's when I jumped in.
That's pretty wild. And Jerkman goes, I forgot how you put it, but she said something to the effect of, thanks for showing a lot of compassion or something like that. Or
I said, hey, I said, that's really nice of you showing all that compassion. I said, that's great. And she goes, well, I don't remember what.
Something about, well, you know what? I own my business here.
Yeah.
And
well, I own a business, and he can't be sleeping in front of it. I said, yeah, I've owned a business for 15 years. I said, but it never hurts to show somebody some compassion. You know, what's it to you to show him compastion?
And of course, she's yelling back at you, and
she goes, well, thank you, sir, thank you for your whatever, and then she goes, well, you and your compassion. She goes, were you here the other day when someone robbed my store? I said, you know what? I said it could have been a rich person that came in and robbed your store.
Yeah.
You know, show some compassion. And she's like, well, thank you very much.
Well, especially since the guy, I get kind of annoyed with the homeless people, too, that bother people, that get up in your face. But, if this dude's just there sleeping and just not bothering anyone, then who the fuck is she?
And he wasn't.
She thinks she's better than this guy.
Oh, because he's going to break in her store later. Yeah, he's going to go to sleep for a while and then wake up, okay, yep, right about the time I wanted to wake up to break in and leave.
Well, you know what? Even if he does, you have his ass arrested, and that's the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
But did you notice at the end after I said, and I said, what the hell? I said something about, this is what people need to do, just to show a little more compassion towards one another. And at the end, she toned it down a little bit with him.
A little bit.
He goes something about where he didn't have a phone to call somebody or something. She goes, well, I can make a call for you.
Oh, so she did offer to make that. So that's right. Well, it was very hard to understand her anyway.
Yeah.
Because she was kind of snaggletoothie, I think.
Yeah, she was. And, she was concerned about her business. Well, you know what? Maybe that man's concerned about where he's going to eat and sleep next, obviously.
What is her business anyway? What kind of...
Ironically, it's a business for free phones for people that don't have money.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And yeah, she kicks the homeless guy away, So, and again, like I said, the homeless people get on my nerves too. The ones that are in your face and begging all the fucking time, and because they're just as bad as
the man was doing nothing.
Exactly, but the fact that he's just there, he's just like, hey, look, let me just get a piece of concrete to lay on. Is that cool? And the fact that she was, but I was really impressed, man, with you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you know what, dude? I think I got a text here.
You did?
Give me a second here. Oh.
Passenger alert already?
Oh, okay. Be arriving in about 10 minutes,
Oh.
huh? Wow. That's funny. It's weird because I wasn't getting those all day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had to call up. Or actually, even last night, I was getting picked up from the Suncoast.
Right.
And I'm sitting outside because that's what you do. You know, I mean, I just wait out there for my bus because it's easiest for me to find my bus.
Right.
And I'm like, they haven't texted yet. They haven't texted yet. Well, then a bus pulls up. And I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't get a text. Also didn't get a reminder, or a thing that says the vehicle has arrived.
Mm-hmm.
And then this morning, I didn't get a text. And I'm going, well, what the fuck is going on here? So finally, I called them today, and I said, hey, I'm not getting any texts. I don't know what's going on. They're like, well, there's probably a problem with the system. And I said, well, could you check into it, please, and let me know? And then, of course, my bus coming here tonight, I didn't get a text either. I actually had to walk out of my office and go to the back door and listen, and I heard a bus out there. So I was like, oh, shit, okay, once again, no text fucking message. So very fun stuff, man. But that's the whole thing, again, of putting shit out that doesn't work,
Yeah, it's
another corporate Charlie.
Yeah. I just think that her approach to the whole thing was totally, because she came in angry.
Well, that's it. She even skidded her tires.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing. There's assholes. Well, it's like the corporate gym mentality, where she had no right to. I mean, she was just as fucking scummy. I bet you she lived in a trailer.
Yeah, she didn't seem like.
She wasn't no elite anything.
No, but like I said, and I guess her justification for it was, well, I own my business.
And he's a homeless fucker, and so that means he doesn't.
And that's why I said, okay, you want to throw that out there? I've owned my own business for 15 years. What the fuck does that matter?
Yeah. I was like, shit, is this going to get serious here? What the fuck's going to happen? So, I was kind of impressed, man, that you, because normally I don't see you doing that.
Mm-hmm. I used to do that a lot. That's what used to be that made up me. If I seen something like that going on, I would stand up and say something.
Well, you know what? Maybe this is a thing too. Maybe it's supposed to bring the old jerkman back.
Maybe.
Of some sort.
Yeah.
I mean, I never knew that jerkman, but maybe it's a side of you that was missing.
Yeah.
That needs to come back or something. Sometimes it's like the Ferdinand and the Bull thing. Remember that story?
I think so.
Where the bull who's all calm and doesn't act like the rest of the bulls and just wants to sit and smell flowers and
I think I remember that.
Remember?
Yeah.
And then one day he sits on a bee and becomes this bucking, raging fucking bull.
Yeah.
And, starts tearing up shit and becomes an actual bull.
Right.
So sometimes it takes those experiences to make you fucking all of a sudden, because I've never seen you do that before.
Never?
No, sir. Unless it had something to do with you directly, then of course you'll be like, okay, fuck this. I'm not going to take this shit.
Well, I have done it. I just don't think you were around. Like that time that guy slapped that girl at that, remember at the Jack in the Box?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. That's right. I wasn't there for that, but you told me about it.
I stood up to him and I said, if you ever do that again, I went right at him.
Well, there you go, man.
He's a big guy, but size doesn't mean nothing. When you see an injustice going on, you should step up and say something.
Well, that's it. You champion those who, you
right.
You do right, man. That's all you can do.
Yeah, do fucking right.
Yeah, that's about it. And this bitch obviously thinks she's too good. That her pussy is that her vaginal blood is served at black tie affairs, and if she had a yeast infection, they'd serve cheese with it too.
Yeah, and she was indicating, or at least trying to in my eyes, trying to make it look like, well, because he's homeless, he's going to break in my place.
Yeah.
And that's why I specifically said to her, it could have been a rich person that broke in your fucking place.
Well, you didn't have your business broken into or something like that.
Yeah.
I forget.
She goes, well, where was you and your compassion when my business was broken into the other day? So I said, hey.
Oh, so it's all about you now.
Yeah, it's like, that's why I said, hey, it could have been a rich person that broke into your place.
Well, and the fact that is she that concerned, like, oh, this guy's going to break into my business?
Yeah.
I mean, well, you have insurance, don't you, as a business owner?
Well, and I could see if she drove up and the man was sitting there and like looking around in her stuff, and then say, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah,
this
the
man
fact he's sleeping on the sidewalk.
Sleeping.
Yeah.
With his belongings right next to him, which was very little. And he wasn't doing anything that was suspicious. He was simply fucking sleeping.
Thought she, unless he has somnambulism,
Yeah.
where he walks in his sleep and tries to break in stores in his sleep.
And I doubt that, but there's probably a a percentage of a chance it could happen. I guess I don't know.
Well, but it's kind of funny though. That's what her store does is have cell phones for people that don't have money. Wonder how that works.
Apparently, you can come by, just don't sleep in front of it if you have nowhere.
Maybe she's gonna offer him a phone.
Well, and to me, it's not like, not that it would make it any better, but it's not like it's a Fifth Avenue store. You know, that it's such a high class.
Well,
for God's sakes, it's for people that are broke.
Yeah, and that's this neighborhood, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like, you're shooing somebody away from, But see, that's why the ghetto remains a ghetto, man. Because you know why? You got all these motherfuckers crawling over each other, stepping on each other, just like the environment that corporate America fucking hates. Because I'm telling you, that's where that shit started, and it's the same kind of thing. So corporate America, Wall Street is just as much of a ghetto as any old ghetto. Because that's the kind of shit they do. They everybody's trying to fuck each other. So same thing would go for a broken down neighborhood. Everybody's just trying to fuck each other. Rather than helping each other, they're trying to fuck each other.
Yeah, and it makes no sense. I mean, it's not like she has this huge image to uphold.
No.
For God's sake, she's across from us. We're not in fucking Taj Mahal here, and she's dealing with the fucking poor and homeless to begin with.
Well, like her truck, it was nice and fucking.
Oh, she has a nice big truck, yeah.
Oh, is it? I thought it was an old
No, it's a brand new, nice truck.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess she's doing something right with her business. I don't know.
I just hope that because I could have seen if I wouldn't have said something, it probably would have escalated. On her part, not his, because he wasn't really doing much.
He wasn't too aggressive. No.
But hopefully, with me saying that may give her a second thought that he's gonna at least she's gonna make him leave, but at least she won't do it and like grab him or push him or grab his stuff and throw it. And
do you think that was gonna get to that?
Yeah,
point?
Because she was watching us. When she first pulled up, she was more nasty than she was because when inside of her truck, she looked up when she was on her phone when she was yelling at him and saw me standing there looking at her. So that even took it down a notch right there. So think of what it would have been had we not been there, and think of what it may have been had I not said something.
Yeah, that's true. Well, at that point, shit, he's got an assault charge.
Yeah, but then again, it's a homeless man against a business owner.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe I just saved him a little bit of heartache, or something. Maybe she would have taken his shit because it looked like she was going to. First, I thought she was going to grab his stuff and throw it.
Yeah, yeah.
When she kept looking up at us, and I was just standing there staring right at her. Like, yeah, I'm watching you, bitch.
Wow.
Hope you don't, when we get my cell phone out so we put it on YouTube like everybody else does so we can see how you treat the homeless.
Should have.
Yeah,
and be like,
I didn't have my phone with me, but
look at this woman's store. Look at the fuck, look what she's doing.
But like I said, maybe something that's most important to him in his life that he clings onto right now is in one of those bags. Had she just taken him and thrown, because I thought she was going to take him and throw him in a dumpster. Wow. She went for him for a second, and she looked and saw us still looking, and she kind of backed off. But I think she was going to take his shit and throw it.
Wow, that's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
But, it's that mentality again. Yeah. It's the me first mentality. I'll kick you down the fucking ladder, and regardless, rather than, hey, listen.
Having some fucking compassion.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of, I'm going to run you over because you're lower than me. Get the fuck out of my way. I could see if he was sleeping in front of the door and you have customers coming in.
Right.
Yeah, then you got a little right to go, hey, man, what's up?
But that's it. I mean, to go up and have compassion and say, hey, are you okay first would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, the man could have just fucking collapsed.
Well, that's true. That's true. You don't know what he's got going on. She made a judgment based on
just him in front of her precious building.
The visual assessment.
Yeah. So instead of going up and say, hey, are you okay? And if he says yes, say, well, you really can't sleep here in front of the store.
Yeah, this isn't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, it's time to go, man.
Get out of here.
Yes, sir. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss my damn bus.
You don't want to be like crisscross and miss the bus?
Yeah. Ow, I missed the bus, bitches.
It'll never, ever happen again.
Hell no. So anyway, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'm GJ, hopefully enlightening my life with Payne Jerkman.
And that's the story there, bitches.
See ya.
Show.